to be consistent with it, I think was a key message today. Again, I've always said that this is a very difficult time of the year to maintain focus, but if you're serious about playing for a conference championship, you maintain that focus, and that's the growth that we have to go through, that we're going through, that a championship caliber team, conference championship caliber team maintains. That's maturity, that seriousness, that focus each and every night, no matter who you're going up against. It's easy to get focused, against the other top teams, but there's 29 other teams that you got to get ready for on a nightly basis.
I know you don't have a lot of games in the next little while, but the ones you have are against very talented teams. That'll be a very good end-of-season test?
It's good, yes, it should be. And again, that same focus has to be there, Doug, and that's what we're trying to establish, is those habits, and not get caught up in whether it's Orlando or whoever's rebuilding versus, like you said, the next couple games it won't be hard. It shouldn't be hard. If you can't get up ready for DeAndre Jordan and Tobias Harris and that group, and Lou Williams coming in here, we don't deserve to be where we are. So, but again, it's maintaining and developing a consistency of our approach to the game.
Are these just challenges that come with a generally young team outside of the starters,
no
I guess, or is this just human nature?
Josh, that's exactly the point I'm making. Is you go from the hunted to being the hunter to the hunted, and there's a different approach because you're going to get everybody's best shot. We got Brooklyn's best shot last night, and we were, almost like we were annoyed by getting their best shot, and then you're going to get that on a nightly basis, and that's the mentality and the growth and maturity that you got to have approaching those games.
You talked about Kyle's minutes being cut back and DeMar's being cut back. Fred's are up. Have you noticed anything, the load on him?
No, but we were conscious of it, though, Doug. That's a good point. We were very conscious of that, of making sure, because again, he's, even though he's doing great things for us, he's not used to those big minutes in the NBA. In college, he's probably did far more, but his usage rate with us right now is up, and his minutes are up, and so we want to be conscious of that because we need a fresh, lively Fred VanVleet, once playoffs start.
He takes a physical pounding. He's on a floor every time he's in there.
It's not that. Just like Calvin does. His same beating, and again, that's that's another story. But he does take hits going to the basket.
Did you envision him to be this kind of a player this late in the season, before the season started?
I knew he was going to be an important part of our team. I didn't know he'd be in there crunch time, to be honest with you. But we you could say that about the entire second unit. I didn't know that they would be one of the best in the league. I knew they would be productive and some pieces would fit in, but as a unit, I'm surprised, or I'm happily surprised that they're as doing a good job as they're doing.
Pascal wasn't really in the rotation early on in the season.
Well, but he was a starter last year, and I thought those minutes gave dividends, are giving dividends now to his play, because he's almost like an experienced player for us. But those guys have grown; they've earned it. It's nothing been given to them, and to be where they are right now.
How would you rate Pascal right now in terms of his IQ? His energy is obvious, but the kind of more subtle parts of the game.
He's learning. I mean, it's not there yet, Michael, which is good. He's not a complete player yet. Changing speed. Sometimes speed is a poison. So he's got to learn how to slow down, then speed up, make decisions once he gets into the paint, because he's getting there. He's one of our fastest guys pushing the ball down the court. But now, what do I see? What is in front of me? Is it traffic? Am I on the 401, or am I on a country road down in Markham somewhere? So, what do I see in front of me? Do I make a play? Do I get to the rim? So those are the things that he's got to recognize and see now. But again, one thing you can't teach is his motor. He knocked down a couple of three-point shots last night. That's another area of growth, to be consistent with that, and that will come.
Have you seen him? Sorry, have you seen him kind of begin to process the game a lot better? Or
yes, no question. No, more than yes, he's more than a year ago, no question. That's why we give him the freedom, and OG. You know, we start out giving OG the freedom this season to push the ball down the floor and run Cal as a shooter down the floor and get the ball out of his hands. Pascal has maintained that approach, and so he's doing a good job with that.
Have you noticed teams defending him differently? They're far more aware of Pascal now. Are they giving him different kind of looks that make that decision-making process harder?
Well, no, they're still guarding the same. You know, some people, they forget about him sometimes, except when he's bringing the ball down the floor. They send the crowd to him there, and that's why he's got to get better in his decision-making coming down the floor.